going on? Yeah. This one for the books of upcoming years. Oh. Black Spring Break. Now, I understand how people, black people, like to say, well, the white man got this, got that, why we can't have this? Well, like I always say, why would you want to segregate yourself all over again? People fought for segregation to be gone. And now you want to segregate every single thing that comes around. Black entertainment TV. Black Beach. Black Wall Street. Blackity, black. And then you want to go to the white man table and ask him for his money for your black business.
Really, nigga?
Tell me what that makes sense at. Out of all these years, you're going to still be at the white man table still begging for crumbs. Blind leading the blind. I know some people, family, that will say they ain't working at a punch-in job because they not fit to work for the white man. Where do you think the money come from? Where do you think the money coming from? Even if you had a rich friend, it came from a white man, so well, let me know something different. Let me know where I can get some black money from. Shoot. But let's quit trying to segregate everything. Please, let's stop it. Let's make life easy. All be on the same playing field. All right. Black Beach. That goes on in Biloxi, Mississippi. It stretches all the way Gulfport, all that, you know, but it started back in the 90s. And when it started, what had happened was black folks pulled up in droves. They were like the dreaded fuckbugs down south. They was having sex on people's cars, in people's yards, side the street. They were doing whatever they wanted to do. White lady running down the road, you know, jogging. She get fumbled.
Jesus Christ.
Real tough out there in the crowd. You know, it was just bad. And that was the first go round though, so the police didn't know nothing about it. And every year it got more stricter and stricter and stricter. We went to a couple of them, and I think the last one I went to, police was everywhere. I seen them in the helicopter. I seen them on the motorcycles. I seen them on the bicycles. I seen them in the car. I seen them walk around. They even had their horses doodling on the
Oh my God!
boardwalk. So disrespectful. Walking with horses. I mean, they just come by you like, big horse come by you. And then you walk down here, big pile down there on the ground. You like, so they really don't want this to happen. Never, ever, ever, ever. I mean, for years upon years, the white folk been having Daytona Beach, you know, spring break, Miami Beach spring break, and other spring break, Myrtle, all that. And it's been going without a hitch. Now that shaded community found out about these spring breaks, it started getting frequented. Now there's plenty of junk going on. I ain't saying white folks ain't messing up at all, y'all. Not at all. They mess up too. But I only know what goes on in our community. Because that's mainly what's put out there for us to read. Now all of it get put out there. Now they don't want nobody in Miami on spring break. All that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which, I understand. Go have you a little get together over here, over there. You ain't got to pile all up. If you do, get a venue. Get you a venue, get in a field, pile up there, and maybe crush each other to death. Biloxi police chief finally responds to the Black Spring Break criticism. Alright. I let all the stuff die down before I did this story. The Biloxi police chief, John Miller, he responded to comments about the arrest made during the Black Spring Break. As we've reported, some of the people who came out to enjoy the event left with concerns over how police tried to control the crowd, including the weapons they used. Control the crowds. They are going to have Scraping the Coast coming up in June. They're going to have Cruising the Coast coming up. They be a little more lax on those events. But I don't like going to those either. I like Scraping the Coast. Because you go to the Coliseum. You look at all the cars. And, do what you do. Then you leave there. You go to the racetrack. There's racing, burnouts, and a little concert or what goes on. Just a bikini show, all that goes on. Cruising the Coast, I really don't like. It's a bunch of old cars mostly. And they riding up and down the beach. Up and down. Now, it used to be like that. But now, you go up. You come back down. Then when you go up again, it's even further to come back down. They'll keep blocking off the streets. So you can't turn around. They block it off. You got to go way up to another county. You're way up by this casino that's way in another county to turn around. I said, I'm not doing that. And the thing about that is, it would take you to get to that county, which is probably, I'm fixing to make a guess just to give it out to you like this, because I ain't for sure how far. Let's say if it's a 8 miles of the road, it may take you 30 minutes because it's stop and go traffic. That ain't no fun. No. They keep that. If they ain't block off the streets, it'd be good. Chief Miller says we had about, get your calculators out. Okay. We had about 2,500 calls for service for the entire week. The whole week of Black Spring Break. But Black Spring Break don't start the whole entire week. It starts on like Friday, Saturday, a little bit of Sunday. Over 700 of those calls were Friday and Saturday. And Sunday. And out of that 700 calls, they had 61 drug seizures. 31 different incidents with guns. 31 instances with guns in that small area on the beach. So they said they felt compelled to arm themselves, even though they came armed. It ain't like, oh man, oh no, let's go back, regroup. Nope, they came there like that, which they do anyway. Police officers, come on, man, they're gonna be armed. 60 arrests were made this weekend, so the jail made a couple of dollars. Of those arrests were made for what law enforcement says obstructing the sidewalk. Obstructing the sidewalk. Didn't know a law was in for obstructing the sidewalk. But y'all, and here in Mississippi, they have a law of spitting on the sidewalk. You can't spit on it, but nobody enforces it. But it's in the books. Yep, sir. It's in the book. What happened there was we had actually asked people several times personally and through a PA system, move back off the sidewalk and give people room to walk on the goddamn sidewalk. In my head. Chief Miller explained, so what was happening is that there were so many people there that they were pushing people out into the road. People that were coming down the sidewalk that weren't going to stop at the particular group would actually have to walk out on the Highway 90 to get past them, which is problematic, and for us, it's very dangerous. Now, y'all, this year they begged to get their little permits and sanctions for this event. They denied them. Left and right. They denied. So,
it was at this moment that
they said, we're going to show up anyway and just go places. Shit, me. What they said. Many spring breakers were so unhappy about their cars being towed from the parking bays earlier than the 10 p.m. closing time posted along the routes. I think there were about 60 cars towed throughout the whole weekend. What the chief says. It could have been anything from a violation of law where there were guns or drugs in the car, or car parking bays that were closed, and we would have told them as well. I think what you were referring to is the parking bays why we closed them before 10 o'clock. Yep, that's what you were referring to. I'm going to go back to what happened Friday with the guns. They just want to put these guns in the damn play, don't they? Several calls down there, and each time we went, there was a gun involved. And then so we closed it down early. But the ordinance gives us the right to close it down if there are problems. When asked where people could park due to the closure of the parking bay in question, the chief said anywhere it was legal. And all that was sold up already if you didn't make it that early. That one parking bay we shut down, it was open all day until 7 on Friday and until 4 on Saturday. That so sucks. 4 o'clock, really?
Really, nigga?
But anywhere it was legal, and there was other parking. There were parking bays up and down the beach that no one was parking at. Organizers and several beachgoers said the rules put in place for Black Spring Break were more restricted than those other events such as cruising the coast. The chief said all events are forced to abide by the same ordinance. There's always some difference between different events. Yeah. You had cruising the coast, they sit on the side of the road, but I don't think they sit in the middle of the sidewalk. People love sitting in the middle, getting in the middle of something. As kids, you can remember you out in the streets, car come up, you move out the way. You migrate right back to the middle of the road. They still stuck on the kid stuff. Take in mind, a lot of these were grown folks. This particular event was a small area from the Quality Inn. If it had not been for that area, we would have had problems. But that's where the majority of problems came from. We would have preferred to see different groups all along the beach with several hundred there. What? Along the beach with several hundred here, several hundred there. Okay. 700 here and there. But when you get to the point where you have thousands in one group, that goes problems. Yep, you do. So we're going to continue to enforce the ordinance that we put in place, and we ask that people adhere to those ordinances. The chief says Biloxi Police Department is willing to work with organizers on any future events in the city. He's a goddamn lie. If they was willing to work, they would have worked with these people, because they've been trying to plan this, and they was like, no. Nobody would give them whatever they needed. When it came to vendors during spring break, he said only one person applied for a special event permit, and the request was denied because the organizer didn't have arrangements for adequate parking. They're gonna railroad you some kind of way or another. So, I know some of y'all can agree to this. Well, it happens here. Since I was a kid, there always was a meeting spot for white folk. They always met up somewhere, and when they left like bottles and all on the ground. Now, black folk try to do this, police shut them down every time. You know why? Pow, pow, pow. They gonna go to shooting and fighting at the end. White folk, they'll have a little scuffle. They'll go meet up in the woods on the wood top or the dirt hill over there and do a little fight, or they fight and they going about their business. But black men coming back with that gun, and he fixing to do the damn thing. That's how it always ends up. Now, I don't know where you from, how it ends up, but that's how it is from where I'm from. And that's why they can't never let them get together, because it's going to happen. Do y'all remember the black man running from the Ku Klux Klan back in the day? They ain't got to do that no more. Now they run from each other.
Stop it. Get some help.